Hey Credit Warriors, Credit Shifu here, and today we are going to be taking a look at this quite exciting new product from Transferwise, the borderless account. First of all, what is Transferwise? So Transferwise is basically a company that allows you to transfer money between countries at much lower fees than banks or other kind of wire transfer services actually provide. And how do they do this? Well, they do this because they don't actually do any wire transfer. They basically have companies set up in different countries. For example, we use the US and the UK to illustrate this. So they have a company in the UK, they're actually based in the UK, in London, okay, and they have another company in the US. And once you get to the top of the waiting list, your money is swapped with another person or several other people to make up the amount of money required in that other country that want to transfer money. And so this company's been very successful. They're in what's called the fintech industry, financial technology, using technology and mobile apps and the internet to revolutionize finance. A little bit like what they're doing with cryptocurrency now, except these guys were doing this like 5 years ago. And well, there's no cryptocurrency involved, but they have their system of doing it, which is really, really efficient. Now, I've personally used this company's service for well, I don't use it that often anymore, but starting about 5 years ago, I used it every month to transfer money. So when I first came to the US, I was here on what's called an I classification visa. This is a visa that hardly anyone has ever heard of, and it's for foreign journalists. So I was sent here by a company in the UK as a journalist reporting on stuff in the US. One of the stipulations is your news has to be for a foreign audience, and I was doing stuff in Chinese that was mainly for Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, etc.
现在在纽约的 Coney 岛等待2013年国际吃热狗比赛开始。
Chestnut 远远地超过了 Stony， 吃下69的热狗，登上热狗王宝位。
There were just a couple dogs behind me, and I was out here to break my record, and if they challenged me, great. But I think I ran away with it a little bit, and I had a great time.
And you have to be paid in your home country's currency. So I was being paid in British pounds, but I was living in the US. And at the beginning, I was just using a debit card with my British HSBC bank account to withdraw money at ATMs or do debit card transactions. And I was getting charged something like 2.75% per transaction. So it was really inefficient. And one day, I just typed into Google cheap international money transfers, or words to that effect, and up popped this Transferwise, and I read through it on their website. I thought, yeah, wow, this sounds amazing. This is too good to be true. Am I sure this is real? So I searched on Google News, and I found like articles in the Financial Times and stuff about it, confirming that it was a real company, not some scam that's going to like steal my account information and my money and stuff. And so yeah, I used it for the first time back then, about 5 years ago, and I never looked back. It was amazing. I transferred money from the UK to the US every month, and their rates are far, far lower than what you would get with a bank wire transfer. So I was transferring, I think, a British pound to US dollar, it's a 0.4%. You compare that to a debit card transaction, that's at 2.75%. With Transferwise, you're also getting the optimum exchange rate, the actual exchange rate, not one that's in favor of the bank, okay? So it was a great product that I use, and they've just come out with this new product, their borderless bank account. So if you're a member of Transferwise already, you've probably got an email about this. If you're someone who is from another country but maybe lives in the US or UK, you might have seen Facebook ads because they target people like that with Facebook ads. And so what this is a bank account that can hold multiple currencies. I think it's up to 40 currencies that they support. And so you can hold balances in multiple currencies. There's no account fee, it's a free account. But what's cool about it is that they will also give you bank account numbers for 4 countries and regions. Okay, so the United Kingdom, the United States, Australia, and the Eurozone, all the countries that use the euro. I think that's like 25 countries or something. We'll put the exact number up on screen. So they'll give you an Australian account number and what's called a BSB number. They'll give you a British account number and sort code. They'll give you a United States account number and routing number and a European IBAN number. So all the numbers that are needed to be paid by companies directly into your bank account in those countries and regions. So the whole Eurozone, Britain, Australia, and the US. So this is really, potentially really useful for, someone who has clients maybe in the UK but lives in the US, or a student who's like on an overseas, studying abroad program. They'll also give you a debit card that you can use in those countries to swipe for transactions and also to take out money. It is limited to $200 withdrawal, ATM withdrawal per 30 days at the moment. I imagine that'll probably change in the future as this gets off the ground, but for now that's the limit. However, the limit, it's unlimited for regular like debit card transactions. It's just the withdrawal from an ATM that has a limit. And the cash, it's the transactions and the cash, it's all processed with their signature Transferwise service. Very low fees, international transfers. Obviously, if you already have a balance in that currency, then that's great. They only have fees for two things with this, and that is currency transfers between countries. They charge a very small percentage fee, and transferring out to a bank account, they charge like a one-off dollar amount fee, which I think in British pounds it's 50 pence. That's like half a pound, like Britain's version of US cents, right? So the fees are very low. And certainly for transferring, which is the thing that attracted me to this service in the beginning, the fees are very, very low. You can have a look at this table, which shows you some of Britain's biggest banks and the transfer rates. So guys, it looks like a very interesting product, this new borderless account. Who would it be good for? I think it would be great for international students or anyone with business clients in other countries. Anyone who has to pay for things through a bank account transfer rather than, say, just swiping a credit card. So for example, if you're a student, you're paying for like student dormitory fees or tuition fees. Often those large amounts you can't use a credit card for because there's a credit card charge. Like the university doesn't want to pay that like 2% fee for Visa or American Express or whatever. So you have to use a debit card or cash or whatever. So guys, leave your comments about this below. This is a service I used for their signature money transfer service. I haven't used the Borderless account, but their signature service I can definitely vouch for. I think it's great. We have a referral link below if you guys want to sign up for this and you use their service transferring money between countries or even apply for their Borderless account. You can use our link to sign up. Of course, we get a small commission, but it would really help out our show, so you can consider that if you are interested in it. Leave your comments below about what you think about this. The whole sector of fintech is something that is really exciting and is kind of changing the game and stirring things up. So it is definitely a very interesting sector to watch. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe for new credit cards and personal finance tips and tricks every week, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.